You too. We got Killer realizes she been kited. That like, man, subscribe button, get into it, man.
What's her name, Tara?
I'm gonna leave link to this video in my description too, by the way.
What feels like something's blocking me?
10,
police.
9,
The officers you were looking at are
8,
attempting to enter an
7,
apartment to conduct
6,
a wellness
5,
check,
4,
but what they find
3,
behind this door
2,
will shock them.
1. Horrific discovery.
Clear that.
I was reading off this right here, bro. By the way, anybody
What
who
they
don't know
find
what I was
behind
talking
this
about,
door
this
will
right here,
shock
bottom
them.
right.
Clear that. Clear that. Come in here.
No.
290. Yeah, go ahead. We have a female down in a bedroom.
No. No.
I believe this may be a homicide.
You're kidding me, bro.
Welcome here, brother.
Rest in peace, like I said, bro. Rest in peace, everybody, man, who died.
1 hour earlier,
in this bed.
the Canton Police Department in Ohio received a 911 call asking them to check in on a 26-year-old woman named Tiara Birch.
Yeah, police McKenzie.
Yes, ma'am. I need a wellness health check on my daughter. I
Okay.
think something's wrong. Very wrong.
How old's your daughter?
26.
What's her name?
Sierra Birch.
2 patrol officers were immediately dispatched to Tiara's apartment. When they arrived, Tiara's father was waiting for them on the front lawn.
My daughter texted me 6:39 this morning. Says she had COVID. I got off work. Came here to bring some medicine. And nothing. Her phone goes like voicemail. I called my boy here. He ain't heard her. I called her other friend. He ain't heard her. The lady back there in that blue house said she seen some tall dude driving a car and somebody took laundry baskets out of her parking lot.
The officers headed inside the building, where they met Tiara's younger brother, Tyrese.
When you guys call, can you guys hear her phone ring? Okay.
Tara, it's the police.
With no response from Tiara, the officers were becoming increasingly concerned. But at this point, they still needed permission to access the unit if they wanted to check on her.
Landlord is
You wanna
coming.
just break into the house.
Unfortunately, we
quick?
don't have enough to force entry.
I ain't
So if
seen
the
y'all
landlord's
break
on his
into
way, we'd rather
people's
take
houses
that
for the
route.
dumbest
So you got
reasons
boyfriend
of
or
all time,
nothing?
man. I'm sure y'all can find a
Supposedly,
reason.
yeah.
Okay.
He's supposed to be in jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that tall, thin male, with that match the description, or
Yes.
of the boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. They got, between the two of them, any violent history?
He's got the message with some other women in Massillon.
One of the officers
Damn.
went back to the police cruiser and confirmed that
Okay,
Tiara's
but like,
boyfriend, Vincent,
ladies, bro, please, for the sake of y'all, and for the sake of y'all family, please don't like get with no nigga who has a history of domestic violence, bro. Expecting that nigga to change, dude. Oh my god, he hit me. Bro, he hit the last girl he was with. What makes you think he wasn't gonna hit you?
was in fact
Like niggas like this don't change.
already
Bro. I'm
in
sorry,
custody.
dude. Niggas like that
Vincent's
just
still
don't
in the
change.
jail.
They like
He's still in?
people like they gotta go to jail. The only way they can change is by going to jail, bro.
Ricardo Ryan is still in jail.
Still in jail?
Yeah.
Going to jail for what they
All
did.
right.
Dude.
Please open this door, please.
The landlord arrived 10 minutes later to give the officers Tiara's key.
I'm gonna give you the key. I'll let you go in first.
What's her name, Tara?
Hold on, let me put that.
I just want to see if it'll turn.
What feels like something's blocking me?
Tara, it's the police.
As you've already seen, after realizing that the door was blocked, the officers decided to force their way inside. In Ohio, police are not allowed to use their body cams on private property, so the officers turn off their video feed, but their audio keeps rolling.
What type of shit is that?
We have a female down in a bedroom. I believe this may be a homicide.
You're kidding me, bro.
Welcome here, brother.
The officers just discovered Tiara lying face down on the floor of her apartment in a pool of her own blood. She had 52 stab wounds all over her body, leading investigators to believe that this may have been a crime of passion. Based on the lack of physical evidence and the strong scent of bleach, it seemed that the killer had meticulously cleaned the apartment following the attack. Tiara's family couldn't believe somebody would want to harm her. They said Tiara was kind and generous and would make friends everywhere she went. They couldn't help but wonder if Vincent, who had just recently entered Tiara's life, somehow had a role in this murder despite being locked up behind bars. But not long after Tiara's body was discovered, her father received a chilling text that said, "Sorry about your daughter. Know the game." And the contact that had sent this disturbing text? His dead daughter, Tiara Birch. The killer must have stolen Tiara's phone and was now using it to taunt her loved ones. However, this killer was a bit too cocky because this was actually
You dumbass dude, and I say this all the time. Y'all criminals, y'all too stupid to be criminals, bro. Y'all too stupid. Do you not know the cops can ping your phone and find your location or where you sent that text, you big dummy?
huge win for the investigators.
Oh my
They now knew
fucking
that if they
gosh,
could
bro.
find Tiara's phone,
What
they
a
could
fucking
find Tiara's
fool, dude.
killer. They obtained the phone's location data for the past 24 hours and created a map showing exactly where the phone had pinged. They then obtained the CCTV footage from any cameras near those locations. Throughout all of the footage, there was one vehicle in particular that kept popping up. a yellow Ford Focus hatchback with a stripe on both sides.
Dude,
This same Ford Focus appeared on the
You
surveillance
deserve to
cameras
get
near
caught,
Tierra.
bro. After pulling some dumb shit off like that, dude. After being bold enough to send a text after you killed her, you deserve to get caught,
apartment
bro.
as well. At 3:48 a.m.
And you deserve to get caught, obviously, because you killed her.
About a block away from Tierra's residence, the yellow Ford Focus drives into view and parks on the side of the road. Two suspects then exit the vehicle, but the footage is too dark and too blurry to identify them. The suspects walk in the direction of Tierra's apartment until they exit the frame. The detectives believed that this was just moments before Tierra was murdered. About a half hour later, one of the suspects is captured carrying something large back to their car, possibly a laundry basket.
The lady back there
Hold
in the
on.
blue house said she seen some tall dude driving a car.
Alright, I'm editing all that out, by the way, chat.
And somebody took laundry baskets out.
Over the next couple of hours, the suspects make multiple trips to and from Tierra's apartment, loading several more items into the car. In this footage, the suspects were most likely robbing Tierra's apartment and disposing of evidence. At 6:49 a.m., while they were still cleaning the crime scene, Tierra's father received the text from Tierra's phone saying that she was sick.
My daughter texted me 6:39 this morning. Said she had COVID.
It is believed that this text was sent by
Man,
one
I
of the
thought he was an
suspects.
officer. The way he was
6:39 this
Yeah,
morning.
okay.
Said she had COVID.
It is believed that this text was sent by one of the suspects pretending Tierra was still alive and attempting to delay an investigation. Fast forward to 8:20 a.m. The sun is now up and the suspects can be seen on another camera leaving Tierra's apartment for the last time. But their faces are still obscured. Not only that, but throughout all of the footage the detectives had found, the license plate on the yellow Focus was unreadable due to the poor camera quality. The problem was that the cameras they were looking at were not equipped with license plate readers, so the resolution was too low to make
So
out
what the
any
hell
of
are those cameras even for then? Like, if... What?
the text on screen. The detectives were at a dead end with the surveillance footage, so they decided
I mean,
to speak with Tierra's
they can be used for a purpose, but still. like,
boyfriend, Vincent Ryan, to
I
see
thought the
if
main purpose of cameras at those, what's it called, at those lights were so they could read license plates numbers. And
he had
shit.
any valuable information. As we mentioned earlier, Vincent was already behind bars. Vincent had been in jail
Who's
for the
this,
valuable
the ex?
surveillance footage, so they decided to speak with Tierra's boyfriend, Vincent Ryan, to see if he had any
Damn,
valuable
that nigga balding
information.
already.
As we mentioned earlier, Vincent was
Must have
already
some type of
behind
disease.
bars. Vincent had been in jail for the past 10 days after being accused of aggravated burglary. But according to him, this burglary was all one big setup, and he knew exactly who was trying to frame him.
This is all stemming from because I don't want to be with this chick. These chicks is playing games with y'all. These chicks is playing games with y'all. They playing game with me. They with my life, sir.
The chicks that Vincent is referring to are his ex-girlfriends, Asia Lindsay and Taylor
Nigga,
Hammond.
shit, I ain't
He
gonna
was
lie, bro. If you goddamn put that, because they said that you had a history of putting of domestic violence and putting your hands on women. Nigga, I do the same shit if I was these women, bro. If I was these women and you was out here being my ass like it's fucking WWE Friday Night SmackDown or something, bro, I set you up for aggravated burglary or some other shit too, bro. I don't give a
Convinced
damn. I'll fuck your life up too, boy.
These women
you,
were
you
full.
don't punch me all these times and you don't expect me to do nothing back to you. Yeah, man, I'll do the same thing, man.
falsely accusing him of burglary in order to ruin his life. What Vincent doesn't
ruined this nigga
realize is
life
that these
too,
women
bro.
may have taken things to the next level.
So were you in a relationship with Tierra Birch?
Sierra Birch? Yes.
There's no easy way for me to tell you this.
Uh-huh.
We found her dead today. And we believe it's homicide.
What? Well, where? What? Where? This is some cool. And now y'all come here.
What's up with his response?
What?
Mind you, this is girlfriend, by the way, bro. Pay attention to the response.
Today.
What? Where? What? That's all?
And we believe it's homicide.
What? Well, where? What? Where? This is some cool. And now y'all come here telling me Sierra is there, sir. These two. That's who y'all need to find. These two.
Immediately following this interview, detectives looked into Vincent's burglary case. They noticed that two
No,
people reported this
okay,
burglary
okay.
to the Massillon Police Department, a man named Jeffrey James, as well as Vincent's ex, Taylor Hammond. So the detectives contacted Taylor to ask her directly about the burglary. However, she claimed that she never went into the police station and didn't even know who Jeffrey James was. To confirm what she was saying, the detectives acquired the surveillance footage from the lobby of the Massillon Police Department. Jeffrey could clearly be seen waiting to speak to the police, but Taylor was nowhere to be found. However, there was somebody else else waiting with him, and this person looked just like ex-girlfriend number 2, 38-year-old Asia Lindsay. The two can even be seen speaking to the police about the so-called burglary. After seeing this footage, the detectives working Tiara's case decided to speak with Jeffrey themselves. During this interview, Jeffrey admitted that he had actually been pressured by 2 of his friends to help file the police report against Vincent. His 2 friends were Asia Lindsay and his roommate, 31-year-old Jamal Bullock. He also pointed out that Jamal was at the police station as well when he and Asia filed the report. The detectives looked back at the footage, and at one point while Asia and Jeffrey were speaking to the police, Jamal casually walked
y'all
through the
see
lobby.
how fucking powerful these women
was now
are
clear
when they actually get shit done. They actually team up and work
that
together,
Asia Lindsay
bro.
and Jamal Bullock were the puppet masters behind
They're
Vincent's
just stupid because who they sent out that dumbass text,
burglary allegations. But if the detectives wanted to prove that Asia and Jamal were also involved in Tiara's death, they somehow needed to place them at the crime scene, since the surveillance footage was too dark and too blurry on the night of the crime, and the suspects were covering their face in all of the daytime footage. It seemed that the detectives were out of luck, until they zoomed in on the daytime footage and saw that one of the suspects was wearing a very specific pair of Nike sneakers. They compared this to the police station footage and noticed that Jamal was wearing the exact same pair of sneakers. They also checked Asia Lindsay's vehicle records, and the vehicle currently registered under her name happened to be a yellow Ford Focus hatchback. They looked up her license plate in their traffic camera database and saw that on the morning of Tiara's murder, Asia's yellow Focus was photographed by a license plate reader as it passed through an intersection. They were finally able to zoom in on this license plate and confirm that this yellow Focus, with a stripe on both sides, belonged to Asia Lindsay. The detectives now believed that they had enough evidence to charge Asia. Stripe on both sides belonged to Asia Lindsay. The detectives now believed that they had enough evidence to charge Asia and Jamal with complicity to murder. So just 2 days after Tiara was killed, officers tracked them down and placed them both under arrest.
That's the girl who played for Bam.
Can you say something? I'm like so lost right now.
The officers refused to give Asia any information as she sat there in shock.
Okay, now can somebody say something to me?
She
right downtown? Okay.
Despite being completely caught off guard, Asia was also very calm and cooperative. After arriving at the police station, she was brought directly into the interrogation room for questioning.
All right, so we have to talk about some stuff because I think that you are able to tell me the truth.
And I will. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about anything. Like, you got to understand, one thing about me is I'm a very, 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 very honest person. I've done bad things, okay? And when I've gotten caught, I never lied. I told the truth.
The detectives finally informed Asia that she was under arrest for the murder of Tiara Birch. Before they could ask her any questions, Asia immediately started explaining why she was near Tiara's residence that night.
I was selling. I know that sounds bad, but I gotta be honest, I make more money doing that than if I spent a whole shift at work, you know?
However, after realizing she had been caught on camera making multiple trips to and from Tiara's apartment, she completely changed her story. She said that it wasn't her.
No, it can't be. No, it can't be. She just said she was a very, 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 very honest person, bro.
The surveillance
no
footage, because at the time of Tiara's murder, she was tied up in her basement.
I'm involved in some weird stuff, and that's kind of like what I was involved with.
She said
I just
slavery?
don't do some weird stuff. And that's kind of like what I was involved with. And I just don't like telling people that. That's embarrassing.
Role playing or something?
Yeah, but it's a little more extreme.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I got kids. What do you, I can't be, I gotta make sure they're nice and sleeping. Sorry, like I got a whole basement. It gets real active down there.
The detective scrutinized this freaky story and asked Asia what exactly was preventing her from leaving her basement.
My leash has a freaking timer on it when it unlocks and lets you loose. Mm-hmm. And it was not set to let me loose until 6:30.
Asia stuck to this story for the rest of her interview and kept insisting that she was the most honest.
This bitch, this is my fault. I didn't mean call it no B word. This girl just said she had a leash?
Person in the world. The detectives pushed back, claiming that Asia was the angry and jealous mastermind behind this.
I don't know what y'all be doing in the bedroom, bro. But if y'all have leashes and handcuffs on y'all, bro,
entire plan. She first needed Vincent in jail, so Tiara would be left alone, giving Asia the chance to kill her. Asia firmly denied these allegations.
I have no issue with that girl. I don't even give a damn that Vince was gone.
You do. You were hoping he was going to come back to your job.
With no progress being made and no physical evidence to disprove Asia's story, the detectives decided to wrap things up and move on to Jamal.
Were you with Asia on the 19th?
No, I was at home.
There's cameras in every house almost. So now I'm giving you a chance to be honest to me.
Jamal wasn't budging either, so the detectives left to grab the surveillance footage. While Jamal sat alone in the interrogation room, it seemed that reality was starting to set in. He seemed much more nervous than Asia, especially after seeing the surveillance footage. The detectives noticed this and wasted no time upping the pressure.
I want you to tell me the truth. I don't want you to tell me something you think I want to hear. I don't want you to tell me something you don't know. I want the whole truth. Okay? How did Asia kill her? Stop saying you don't know, man. How did she kill her?
Stabbed her. Yes, stabbed her. I was scared, but I didn't never.
He's just doing this shit for the love of the game too, bro. He don't got no type of McDonald's. He don't got no Chick-fil-A. He ain't forced him to get him no type of food, bro. I don't even see a water bottle on the table. He just snitched like just for the love of this. This a nigga I can respect, bro. He just told these cops what they wanted to hear. He told them what happened just for the love of the game, bro. This type of nigga, bro, I respect, bro. I gain so much respect from this type of nigga, bro. Everybody, once they get in this interrogation room, they want to play all tough. They want to play all this loyalty bullshit, bro. They ready to go to jail for some niggas who not even willing to call them or put no money on they what's it called, on their goddamn books once they in jail.
You're doing something like this. I didn't mean for it to go like that.
Jamal said that when he initially agreed to help Asia, the plan was to put Vincent in jail, then steal his items from Tiara's apartment. According to him, Asia never mentioned a plan to murder Tiara, and he never expected her to be capable of something so sinister.
Now it makes me feel like that. So she would kill me. I'm sorry what happened, and if I can do anything different, then she would not be dead right now.
The interview was concluded, and Jamal was charged with involuntary manslaughter and aggravated burglary. Asia's complicity to murder charge was then upgraded to aggravated murder. Both of them pled guilty. Jamal was sentenced to 20 to 25 years in prison, while Asia was sentenced to 20 years to life. 1 year after his conviction, in a last-ditch effort, Jamal claimed that he was never informed of his right to appeal his sentence or the procedural aspects of his plea bargain. So he tried to file his appeal late, but this motion was denied. His first parole hearing is scheduled for November of 2041, while Asia's first parole hearing is scheduled for January of 2042. If Asia's parole is denied, she will likely spend the rest of her natural
What's up with the other
life
girlfriend?
behind bars. Something many people were hoping for, long before Tiara's murder. Back in behind bars of 2042. If Asia's parole is denied, she will likely spend the rest of her natural life behind bars. Something many people were hoping for, long before Tiara's murder. Back in 2010, 32-year-old father of three, Nino Bennett, was having a night out at a Canton bar called Frames Tavern. At one point, Nino got into a full-on fistfight. He then left the bar and began walking down Lennis Avenue. Moments later, Nino sustained multiple traumatic injuries after being crushed by the motor vehicle. He died shortly after. The Canton Police Department received a 911 call from the woman who discovered his body. That woman was Asia Lindsay.
I was coming home from the mixer. I turned down this alley because I can turn down this alley to get to my house. It's a different way. That's when I came upon the body. Like I said, I thought the guy was asleep. So I yelled to him, hey, get up. And he didn't respond. I even blew the horn, no response. So therefore, I drove down and I backed out and I pulled back in to realize his head is bleeding. And you can see his spine. And it looked like I promise, it looked like someone took something and just like ripped right up him. No one was out here. It was like a couple of people, but for the most part, nobody was out here.
Although Asia said that she called the police right away, when the police arrived at the scene, her father and brother were already there. After evaluating Nino's injuries, the authorities determined that his death was a vehicular homicide. The police struggled to gain momentum in the case, so they urged the public to come forward with any information. Nino's family spoke to the media several times after his death, begging Nino's killer to turn themselves in.
It's turned our world
upside. So they trying to say she killed him? Oh. Bro, this nigga right here look just like Nino, bro. That gotta be his twin.
Down.
They took him away from his daughters.
It took away someone far, far too soon before his time. Most definitely someone had it out for him.
Yes. The truth will come out sooner or later. And if you have any heart whatsoever.
Bro, have y'all investigated who he got in that bar fight with?
Bring yourself forward.
Have y'all, I hope they've investigated
You can ask God to forgive you, and we ask God to forgive you. Please just come and do what you're supposed to do. This person can't just wander around free thinking they got away with this.
The investigation into Nino's death went on for months with zero progress, so eventually the case went cold.
And this could have been a sheer accident, you know? Pure accident. It's sad. It's hurtful. Yeah, and I'm just sad, man. Pure accident. It's sad. It's hurtful.
Is that a smile? Oh no.
Yeah.
Look at dude.
I'm just sad now. Now I feel.
And I'm just sad now. It could have been sad, man. Like
I feel like to cry again. I'm right though.
To this day, 16 years later, Nino's family is still seeking answers, hoping to one day bring justice to Nino.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if Asia killed him, bro. I think it's more likely the dude he got in the bar fight with killed him.
We met with Nino's family just after the 15-year anniversary of his death. His dad has since passed away. His daughters have grown up, and now they have children of their own, grandchildren Nino never got to meet.
That man was a loving father. which you took, a loving husband, which you took, a son, which you took.
His family keeps a memorial up in this alley where he lost his life.
Okay, right here we have this big banner that says Justice for Nino.
Nino's oldest daughter, Chloe, holds on to the few memories she has of her dad. His youngest daughter, Carly, was just 2 years old when he died, too young for any memories at all.
Growing up, when you're little like that, and you go to school and you have father-daughter dances, you got that taken away. When you get married, you can't have your father walk you down the aisle.
He was at this tavern around the corner before it happened. They heard he got into a fight with someone, and they believe he was run over on purpose. We asked those questions to Canton police, who tell us they're still investigating.
I ain't gonna lie, he probably whooped that nigga ass too.
I don't understand that.
Whoever fight he got into it with, he probably whooped that nigga ass, and then bro just got mad enough that he decided to get to kill him. And
they can just sleep at night knowing just that they did this. So come forward.
It's very sad because I mean that's somebody's son. That could be somebody's dad, and for someone to do something like that, it's just like, man, like people really don't have